Let's talk about poop. An uncomfortable subject to some, the basis of a solid joke to others. We all have stories about it and moments in our lives where its relevance made all the difference. There was a time when I was president of the Squamish chapter of the Poop Your Pants Club for 6 years running. Squamish used to be a logging railway town on the west coast. Today it's more of a trendy bedroom community for Vancouver, as its once strong industrial roots are no longer. Our chapter was small. We had 4 active members, but we knew deep down everyone is a member by default. We start out life that way, and more often than not, end it in the same. Pooping our drawers, looks on our faces. To be a member, you simply had to be willing to admit it had happened and own it. Take pride in it. Rank was determined by how it had happened. The better the story, the higher you climbed. So, for 6 years, my tale beat them all. As a teenager, my parents believed work was character building. To toil for one's wants and needs breeds discipline, punctuality, dedication. Each one of my 3 siblings and myself had paper routes. Actually, the same route, just handed down over the years. I delivered the Calgary Herald for almost a decade. This is the setting for the tale. A dark September morning, canvas bag stuffed with newsprint, front and back. Me drudging from house to house, the end of summer. A person has many weaknesses, things one cannot refuse or temper. One of my biggies at the time was pizza. Maybe still is. I could eat an extra large deluxe, the kind with every topping, under the sun. Double cheese and sauce all by myself, one sitting. Now I am not boasting. I am only trying to relay what was gurgling and souring inside my intestines when I tossed a paper to the 20th house on a 100-house route. What my body was struggling to process, sort, distribute, and now expel with great immediacy. Of course, as I approached the 21st house, I was unaware of what was to come. Sure, there was the odd cramp and passive gas, but it was as if the body had disconnected from my mind, making me oblivious. A cruel joke. When the Herald slapped against the front steps of the 22nd house, the tectonic plates deep inside shifted. The brain went on full alert, and it was clear that making it home was not an option. I had to poo, and in a monumental way. What one will do when under great stress is always a mystery until it happens. I did not perform well. Under that moonlit morn, as God is my witness, I sacrificed all of my humility. I sprinted for the nearest alleyway, scouring for a proper place where even the moon's luminance did not fall. I may have been desperate, but I was still modest. Between a garage and a backyard fence, with just enough room for me and my bag, I frantically yanked pants to ankle, and like the scene from Alien. Yeah, you know the one. My body purged my sins from the night before. An exorcism. My youngest daughter calls it Pukano, and that is a very appropriate description. But the story does not end there. For in that moment, when pulling up my britches was not an option, the garage door across the alley began to rise, and headlights ensnared me. Ta-da! My bowels gave the encore. I can't imagine what look was on my face. I don't want to imagine what expression the other face had. Time just stood still. The car slowly pulled out and drove away. The torrent subsided. I will not confess to what I used to wipe, but one house was missing a few inserts from their paper that day. The kicker is, the headlights came from one of my customers. When I delivered papers, we had to go door to door once a month and collect the fees. So the next time I arrived with the bill, there was, shall we say, an awkwardness. No one said anything about the incident, and over time, we returned to more comfortable small talk. Who knows what was said when the door closed and I walked away. So that's the tale that gave me the honor of the Poop Your Pants presidency. 6 years running, and no pun intended. You might be thinking, but you didn't actually poop in your pants. But my trusted listener, let me put it this way. When a volcano erupts, lava never flows in just one direction.